Let's do this. Man, what a good song. I love that song. I love that opening song. Welcome to Famous Cartoonist Says Things. I'm your host, Art Baltazar. I'm the famous cartoonist I speak of. I love that song so much that we have a very special guest today. I have invited the author, the musician, the writer of that music. His name is Gordon Baltazar. Let's welcome him to the show. Yay!
Hey,
Gordon
hi.
Baltazar is here. How are
I'm
you?
finally on the show.
Yeah, you made it. I've been using your music for the opening theme song for the soundtrack of the show since since it started pretty much. So it's really cool. It's cool to have you here and
Yeah.
everyone can meet you, the composer of all of the music here we're playing. Let's see, Anthony's here already too. Happy 100th. You don't look a day over 21.
Hi, Anthony Latch.
So Gordy, the fans are
Hi,
they
Dan
love.
was Dan Wisniewski,
Oh,
the
he's here too.
dynamic duo.
Yeah, there he is, the dynamic duo,
Welcome,
father
Gordon.
and son. Yeah, they're here, man. We're gonna interview Gordy. We're gonna find out what the thoughts are. How does he come up with these? How does he come up with these wonderful sounds? Welcome, Gordon. Music has been a soundtrack of our lives. Good work. Yeah, man. Gordy, how do you
Yep.
like? When did you? This is cool. I like that you make I like that you make this music that you do what you do. But how did you first know? Like how did you first know that you wanted to do this? Like how did you discover it? What happened? What was the day you're like, "Hey, I want to make my own music." What happened? How'd that happen?
Yeah. Well, I used to listen to in like 6th and 7th grade. I would listen to a lot of music that was just instrumental that was electronic and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to make my own, but I didn't know how. And then I came across apps and stuff for the computer where I could play keyboards and stuff. And
Oh, cool.
it kind of started where I would just mess around on the apps, but then I realized that maybe I could actually make full songs with it. So I kind of looked through all the pieces and all the programs for the computers and figured out how to tune my own sounds and make my own melodies and stuff. And I kind of piece it together, piece by
Wow.
piece for every song.
That's cool. And I know there's one song on there that people call Gordy Superstition. Now, do you know what Superstition is? Do you know who Stevie Wonder is?
Yeah, I know Stevie Wonder, and I heard the song Superstition after I made that one,
Oh, cool.
and I realized it was similar, but I think that's a coincidence.
Yeah, that's you're channeling. You're
Yeah.
channeling the genius. You're channeling him. And our friend Trevor Key is here. Trevor McKee says howdy.
Howdy,
Yeah.
Trevor McKee.
It's cool. Like what do you look for like when you're making music? I know you're playing around with the sounds, but how do you find your sound? How do you go from making one album to two albums and now three albums?
Yeah. Well, with the first album, I wanted to have like this big, kind of atmospheric and music that sounds like it's in space with all this echoes and slow pace. Because I would listen to a lot of that kind of music. Um, I take a lot of inspiration from other people that produce, but as I kind of made more music, I realized the sounds that I like to make a lot more.
Oh, cool.
I started to get into more heavier bass patterns. I got into making bass synthesizers and stuff. And
So we're gonna do some music while we talk.
yeah, so here's Awakenings, the first song from Realms.
Oh,
and
cool.
It's one of my favorite new songs.
This is a good song. We gotta play from the beginning though. Well, maybe it is already. But this is one of my favorite songs that you made. That it's got that slow build, and it seems like I put this song. Well, all of your songs are on every one of my shows, but this is a real cool. This song is really cool build up.
And one of the things I like most about it is that with a lot of my other songs, the main melody that goes with the beat is fast paced, and it's kind of, it goes along with the time signature. But I realized that it sounds really cool if I just have a pad or like a kind of fading sound to go with the beat, and it kind of makes the overall song kind of more slow paced, but it also feels bigger.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that background. I like the cover art too. And you take your own cover art too, right? That's your own work?
Yeah, it's a photo I took of a carnival at night, and then I put the patterns over it with a generator.
Oh, cool. Is that the Streamwood Carnival?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow,
and
we have a
it's
colorful
the same picture I used for Nightfall.
Oh, that's cool. That's real cool.
Yeah.
Like, how do you know, like, I know that each one of your, like, this first one feels like I'm going into a world, and it's called, when you told me it was called Realms, that made a lot of sense. That's cool.
Yeah, and what I like here is for the bass and for the snare, I actually use two different types. So I have the main kick going on in the beat, but then for the sub bass, it's playing at a different volume. So they're kind of layered together nice, and when they kick at the same time, it has more of a punch to it. And for the snare, I put a clap sound and a rim shot sound at the same time.
Oh,
so
cool.
It gives it more of a snap too. And that's what helps it go along with the pads too.
So when you start out a song, do you start out like with a beat, or do you have a melody in your head? Like, what do you have that's we're going to play that song again in its entirety this time. Let's do it. Yeah, because I know this one has a slow build up. Like, when you hear the song, do you do it like, how do you work? How do you start? How do you work it? How do you work through the kinks?
For me, I like starting with a beat. I start with coming up with a kick and a drum pattern.
Nice.
And then from there, I figure out how I could play the keys to go with it. Because I used to start off by trying to play keys, but then I can't really figure out a pattern to go with it, because I like all my beat patterns to follow the same step speed. I like them to all be about like an eighth note triplet.
Oh, so cool.
I like to start off with that and let everything else follow.
Oh, that's cool. I really like your 4 new songs. They're I play them every time I start a show. I play those the first 4 songs, and they're on repeat. Man, those I feel like I could walk into any club in New York City or Chicago and hear those your beats pumping through the speakers, people dancing, the masses dancing. It's really good.
Also, Anthony Lasch said, random question of the day for both of you. If you could eat 100 of anything in a row without getting sick, what would it be? I'll go with Rice Krispie treats.
Oh, I don't know. What would you eat, Gordy?
Well, I would probably eat 100 bowls of cereal because I eat cereal every day.
Yeah, you do. What's your favorite? What's your favorite cereal?
I've been liking Cookie Crisp a lot, and I also like Cocoa Krispies.
I know you like the Reese Cup one, because I know I had to go look for Trevor Scott. Now, was Trevor Scott an influence for you in your music?
Yeah, he was definitely an influence. I listened to him at first in like freshman year of high school, but I started finding a lot more of his albums later on in the year, and I got a lot of inspiration from the beats that he would use in his songs, because they were all kind of like dark, and he used a lot of sub bass, kind of like I do. So
Yeah,
in my first couple albums, there's a lot of influence from his producers.
that's cool. I know you had me looking for the Trevor Scott Reese cup cereal, and I had to find that box.
Yeah, and I still have the box.
Yeah, the box is cool. Oh, there
Yeah,
it is. There's the Reese
yeah,
cup box.
yeah. A lot of people got them, so I'm glad I was able to get one.
Yeah, maybe one day we'll meet him. He can sign it for you. That'd
Yeah.
be cool. Is the cereal still in there?
Yeah, I don't
Is it?
think I'm gonna eat it.
You never opened there, right?
Yeah, it's probably a little old by now.
It might be rusty. Yeah. What do you say, rusty or stale?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little stale.
Dan says I gotta make sure to ask you the tough questions. Yeah, man. Deep Brad says, "Hello, everyone. Happy 100th." We gotta know, Gordy. Are you gonna make more? You planning on making more songs?
Yeah, there's always more coming, but I like to make new songs or new albums when I feel like I have a really good idea going. Because if I try to just make a song that fit a certain style, it never comes out right. Because I feel like I'm
Yeah.
trying to force the style to. So for every new album I make, I want it to be like a different style. Because with Nightfall, it was kind of dark and more slow, and then with Realms, it's a lot faster and it's more sped up and upbeat.
Yeah. What's your favorite one out of all of them? Do you have a favorite album or song? What's
Well,
your favorite?
the favorite song I've made, I think, is Nightfall. And that's why I called it Nightfall, because I wanted it to be like the title song for the album, because I thought it was that good. And I think my newer songs for Realms are definitely the best ones I've made. They're the best works of art to show, I think. But I think Nightfall holds up, and that one's still my favorite out of all of them.
Man, this is so cool. I love hearing you talk with the music behind you. It's just cool, man. It's just really cool. Deep Brad says, "Good to see Gordon live. I often have your music in my head after watching famous cartoonist shows." I know. Every time, like when we drive around too, we drive around in the car, and you have the auxiliary cord that we could plug into to radio in the car.
Yeah.
And I love driving around, listening to your music, because it makes me want to go home and draw. No matter where we're going, we could be going to grandma's house and I want to turn around and go home and draw, or do a live show, or maybe we could do a live stream from the car one day with your music.
Yeah.
That would be really cool. I love driving around.
Oh, and Dan Wisniewski said, "What would we be surprised to know about each of you?"
Oh, yeah. What do you want to reveal a secret to them, Gordy?
Sure. Well,
I know everything about you, but what do they not know?
Yeah. Well,
maybe
I'm not sure. I guess my first and second album I kind of made around the same time. A couple of the songs overlapped, I guess. But, well, I guess the audience also doesn't know about the shoe collection I have.
That's true.
I mean, people from school and stuff, they know, but I don't think the audience knows yet. I have about 30 pairs of shoes.
Wow.
That I've been collecting up since like the beginning of middle school.
Now, do they all fit you, or are they just random sizes?
Yeah, they all fit me. I noticed. I'll show one.
Oh yeah.
But I noticed after like freshman year, my shoe size never changed, so I thought I was gonna have to sell a lot of my old shoes, but I get to keep them. So now I have
cool.
I have a lot more than I thought I would have.
So it's it's almost the famous cartoonist son reveals things show.
So, yeah, the box and the shoes.
I know, and for a while our eBay store was staying alive because we were selling shoes. We were selling shoes all the time, and I would go to a convention and show you. I was like, "Oh, look at it! Let's help me count the money. Look at all the money I made at convention. Let's count." And then all of a sudden, you would say, "Dad, you owe me $250." Like, why? I said, "Oh, I sold some shoes on eBay." I'm like, "Oh," so I had to come home and give you cash. I remember that.
Yeah. Well, I used to, in like my first year of high school, I used to to sell shoes to guys for like $10 to $15.
Yeah.
I would find them at, Goodwills. I would just buy them from other people for really low prices, and I sold a lot of shoes to people. So I
that's
started
cool.
using eBay because there's a lot more money to make there.
Yeah, definitely. That's cool. Hey, you just bought a pair too. And you're gonna flip them. You're gonna wear them a little bit and then flip them.
Yeah.
Maybe Danny Wisniewski wants to wear some Air Jordans. You never know.
Yeah.
Wayne is here too. Says happy 200. Whoops, I was getting ahead of myself. Happy 100. That's right. We're gonna get to 200 probably by the end of the year. Figure 52 weeks a year. If we do two shows a week, that's 100 in a year.
Yeah.
I do more than 2. Yeah, that was cool, man. Like what else? Like they know that. I don't know if they know that you're on the leadership. You're a leadership for all of the young teens, huh, Gordy?
Yeah, for a lot of local schools and stuff for Illinois. The Sebring Goodman Teen Institute. It's part
That's
of
right.
Illinois. And I go to like events and stuff to meet other leaders, and we come up with ideas for how to make the community better. It's all good stuff.
That's cool. Right now it's time on Famous Cartoonist Says Things where we swig. Now it's the time to swig. You can show off your mug.
I have a cup from Sebring Goodman.
We're going to play another song. We're going to add another one. So I don't know how to get them to rewind. But that's all right. We can start in the middle of the song.
This one's Eternal Midnight.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah, I wanted to make one song. For Realms, I wanted each song to be different. I mean, I wanted them all to fit like the same kind of upbeat electronic style, but I wanted each song to be very different from each other, so you could listen to each one like for different times and stuff. So for this one, I just wanted to make a song that was just completely dark and scary and echoey. So I found this awesome violin sample that I put over with some distorted vocals.
Yeah.
Some distorted voice noises, and it came out really nice.
So you used vocals in this too? Distorted the vocals?
Yeah, and I don't record any, but there's some keyboards where it plays a voice kind of noise. They're called voxes.
Yeah.
And you could just play keys and it'll play like a voice at different pitches. So
that's
I like
cool.
to play some of those, and then I edit them. I add echo, distort them, and it comes out nice when I put it with the beat.
Wow, so you just keep going with a song until you say, I need to add something here, and then you see how it goes?
Yeah, and I listen to a lot of other songs, and I get ideas from them.
Oh,
like
cool.
How to arrange everything and how to fit everything together. I get ideas from other songs. But
Nice.
I kind of finish it when I feel like it's a complete song.
It's kind of like painting a little bit. You keep doing it until you like it. Like, how do you know when the song's finished?
Well, sometimes I always have multiple versions of a finished song, and after I finish one, I'll probably add more to it. But then I realize when I listen back to it, I kind of pick the version that's the best, because for the later versions, I might add too much stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it kind of sounds like there's too much going on. So whenever I finish a song, I have like 5 of the final versions to pick from, and I just choose the best.
Oh, that's cool. Now, do you have any more that you're working on now? Do you have some that are incomplete?
Yeah, I do have some that are incomplete that I'm working on. I just started working on a couple new ones, so I'm kind of just getting back into it, but I think soon enough there will be another project.
I like all of this, Gordy. I can't wait, man. I love hearing your stuff. I love hearing that you created. It's very exciting. And every time I see these apps, like anytime I have an app question I ask you, then I look at these apps and I say, no, not for me. I'll let Gordy do it. But yeah, you do really good. Let's see what the people are asking. The masses are here. Anthony Latch is here. Does Gordon have a favorite character created by the famous cartoonist? Do you have a favorite character?
Yeah, I like Well, I liked reading Patrick the Wolf Boy.
Yeah.
I still have them, and I read like all of them. There's like 4 books of him. But
Yeah.
I like Patrick. I think
Oh,
Patrick.
cool, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's almost like what you were when you were little, growling. You used to growl at people.
Yeah.
we would go
Yeah.
we would go to all the stores and then the people would say, "Oh, what a cute little boy," and then you go rah rah, and they're like, "Oh," and I said, "Yep, don't touch him. He'll bite your finger." Yeah. Well, Dan is here. He says, "What do you want to do for a career, Gordy?" That's a good question, my guy. Because we're going to go to the
Well,
college pretty soon and check out the college. But what do you want to
yeah.
do for your career?
Well, right now I kind of I feel like I kind of want to be a teacher. And I
Yeah,
want to teach science, and hopefully I can teach like biological sciences or environmental science.
yeah,
And I'm thinking about that's what I want to do right now, but as the years go, maybe I'll decide something else. But I really like all the stuff I do with leadership, and I think I could do a lot of that with teaching.
yeah, yeah. You're real good at that. I know you're good at explaining things because when I need help with stuff, you solve my internal problems with like 2 sentences, and it's always like starts out, well, why do you blah 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 blah, and then that, and then you're like, you're right, Gordy.
Yeah,
Why do I have to
yeah,
stress? And then you're real good with leadership when anybody wants some instructions on how to fix things. You got that. It's like, watch out, I got it. Yeah, that's cool. I think you could do it.
yeah.
You're going to do it. Gordon, your father is one of the kindest and most talented artists at conventions. Oh,
Oh
well,
yeah,
thank you.
I've gone to a few. I've gone to a few, and it's really cool. Um,
Mm-hmm.
well, I've gone to a lot, and yeah, I've actually gone to a lot in all kinds of different places around, like big
Yeah,
ones, small ones, and they're all pretty cool. It's like
yeah.
everybody knows you too.
They line up to meet me,
Yeah,
and I like when you guys are there with me. And the last time, the last C2E2, you sat between me and Franco, and you were our change guy. You made all the change. Remember?
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
sat behind the desk, and there was this
yeah,
crazy long line. There were all kinds of people coming the whole time.
yeah. And I remember when you were younger too. You and Audrey would ask me, "When can I go with you guys?" And I would always say, "When you could go get food by yourself. When I could give you money and you could go buy food." And then you said to me, "Yeah, I'm ready. I could go buy food." And then Audrey says, "I'm not ready yet." I remember that. So I started bringing you guys, and it's really fun. We've been all over the place, man. We've been all the different cities. We've been Metropolis, the Superman celebration. We were there, and we were. Oh, the lights got better. That
Yeah,
looks
I
good.
had to fix my lighting a bit. The
Oh, cool.
shadows around me.
So we've been all over, man. It's been really fun. Hopefully the shows will continue again, but we'll see. We'll see
Yeah.
what happens. Let's see. Molly Clark says, "I'm a science teacher. It's a great job." Oh, cool, man. See,
Oh,
she's
Molly
encouraging.
Clark is a science teacher.
Yeah, yeah. Molly Clark is awesome. They own some. Her and her husband Andrew own some of the paintings that I do on the weekends. Yeah, we're gonna
Maybe
play.
they can. Maybe they have a gallery, like a
Yeah,
wall of
maybe they
paintings.
probably have a gallery in their house. I'm gonna play another song. It was the same 3 songs, but I'm gonna play it again because I like this one because it has the slow. It's called Awakenings. It has the slow build.
Yeah. And something really cool about this song is that the beginning actually starts with the ending of Ganymede. So
Oh,
if you listen
that's
to
right.
the 2 songs back to back, then as Ganymede fades out, this one fades back in reverse. So
Yeah, and
it's really,
Ganymede is on your first album, right?
yeah, it's the second song from the first album.
Oh,
And you can
cool.
find the first album on SoundCloud and YouTube.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you how. Like you just told me recently that you were waiting for your songs to go places, like to be on things. Like
Yeah.
where are your songs right now where people can hear all of these songs?
Yeah, right now Nightfall and Realms are on all platforms. They're on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, everything. But
Yeah.
then the first one, July Nights, is exclusive to SoundCloud and YouTube.
Oh, cool. We have them all here too. They all get played on Famous Cartoonist Says Things.
Yeah. Tune in to hear them live.
That's right. And you can hear SoundCloud. I put all the links in the description so you can hear Gordy's music. Click on SoundCloud and you can hear it for free. Just put your headphones on and go crazy. Yeah, you could just sit back and draw. And Franco's here too. Look, happy 100 for Franco. Oh, yeah, man. And we're doing it. The 100th episode. I love this. I love this music.
Yeah,
I love the way
my favorite songs. I think other than Nightfall, this might be my favorite one.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's cool. Yeah. This is a good one. I love when the beat kicks in. I'm gonna raise the volume a little bit so we can hear, because it gets the tension builds up. I love this so much. This is usually when I start hand dancing at my painting shows.
Yeah, I always feel on beats best when they're very complex. But this one's pretty simple, and I think it came on perfect.
Oh yeah, this is a good one. Like, how do you come up with those little subtle beats? Those are cool, man.
Yeah. Well, I use a lot of Arpeggiators, which is a setting for a lot of keyboards where you just press the key and it'll kind of repeatedly play it, where it'll kind of like roll it, I guess. It'll play it by a certain note.
Wow.
So
how long did it take you to figure out all of the software to do this? How long did it take? I know you learn things by playing around, but how long did it take you?
Well, I mean, I started using it in maybe like 8th grade, and I started figuring out there.
I love that.
The beat. That's the best part of the song.
Yeah, and the beat goes splashes like whoosh.
Yeah. Well, I started using it in like 8th grade, and I made songs back then, but they weren't very good because I was like just learning.
Yeah.
So by the time I made the first album, July Nights, I had been making songs for like a year. They just were mostly like practice kind of stuff.
Yeah. Would you ever go back to the 8th grade songs and punch them up, make them better?
Yeah. Well, actually, the song Realms, Portal from Realms is actually one of those. It's one of those really old songs, and I took a lot of the sounds I used for that, and I added that like kick beat in it, like the I added that in there. So it's actually one of my really old songs, and I brought it back and turned it into a different song.
Oh, that's cool. I'm glad that I'm learning terms like kick beat. I never knew there was a thing called a kick beat. Yeah. Maybe drummers know that because they kick it. That's the beat with the foot, right? The kick beat.
Yeah, in the beat there's different parts to the beat, and then a kick is usually the main bass.
The bass is
where it kind of punches.
That's cool, man. I love it, Gordy. I can't wait for new songs because they don't know this out there, but I play your songs even when I'm not when I'm not live. Sometimes I just need that soundtrack in my head. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Synchro Shadow Advance says, Art, congrats on 100. Thank you, sir. And Andrew Clark is here. It says, each song. Ooh, here's a good question, Gordy. Does each song have a theme or feel when you make them? This is giving me the sci-fi vibe. Yeah, what does?
That's a good question. Well, I think sci-fi is like the best way to describe it because I kind of call it like techno, electric, like space kind of music. So I think sci-fi is a good way to describe it. But I think a lot of the songs get like a style or a vibe when I make them. As I make them, usually I know like what I want to make before I make it. I'll know like, I want to make a dark song, but I'll know like what instrument I want to maybe start off with. But then from there, I kind of play around with different instruments and figure out what sounds best. Like if I start off a song with like an electric piano sample that's really low pitched, I might try another sound with. Like I might try an arpeggiated part with bells, or I might realize I don't like the bells, and then I'll try maybe like a xylophone kind of sound.
I like it.
Yeah, so a lot of times on the app too, I can just change an instrument from one instrument to another, but keep the keys I played. So if I play like a keyboard pattern, when it's finished, I could change it from being a high pitched bell to being like a low pitched grand piano,
Oh,
without having
wow.
to replay it.
Wow, that's cool. Are you ever going to think about ever adding lyrics or somebody to sing on someone to sing on your albums?
Well, I've had people that have already told me they would.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's just I don't know how to edit vocals.
Oh,
I
I
like
see.
how different it is, and I don't have the right recording equipment. So I think it's something I'll do eventually, but I don't know how I would do it yet. So I kind of want to figure out how to edit vocals and make them blend in with the song.
Yeah.
Because vocals are very easy to mess up. They can always be either too high or too low, and then it messes up the whole song.
Yeah, or you can have that vocal that sounds good to you, but not to everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you should try it. Try it yourself and try to do the adjustments with the technology to control your voice. I don't know. Let's see.
And this song Color is really cool because the way it starts off right away with a kick and a snare.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. And the snare, it kind of goes in different pitches. But
yeah,
after it kind of loops 4 times, then I add it again, but with reverb, which adds echo to any sound. And I like to use a lot of reverb because then not only you can have like your kicks and your snares snap, but they also kind of linger. The sound lasts a lot longer. So when you have snares that go at different pitches, then each snare will kind of be its own note. So you can have like a beat that also acts like a synthesizer without even adding a keyboard sound or anything, or any sample.
Amazing. I love it, Gordy. Hearing you talk, like, you sound like a musician. You know what you're doing. I can't wait, man. You could go into science and music, or make science music.
Science, yeah, make science soundtrack.
Yeah, right.
For science classroom.
Yeah, Andrew says, I suggest a music video with your dad just trying on hats, ties, and scarves. That'd be cool. We could do a whole montage.
New episode where the reveals things.
Mm-hmm. And I like that I could play your music and I don't get copyright strike. Like, nobody could find it yet. YouTube or Facebook doesn't know who owns your music, which is good. I guess they don't. Like, every time I play another song from somewhere else, I get a copyright suggestion. It's like, hey, you don't own that. I said, but guess what? The last name is Baltazar. Everyone in the house is named Baltazar.
Yeah, I don't have like a real record label or anything. I just kind of post it as myself.
It's independent. Let's see what Anthony's saying. There's lots of art being created with Gordon's music playing. I'm always drawing along during the shows. You're creating inspirational vibes from all around. Look at that, Gordy. You're an inspiring artist.
Yeah, a lot of energy coming out.
That's right. Well, here's a good question from the doctor. Dr. Ben says, for Gordon, do you read other comics or books that influence your music? For art, oh yeah, 100? Oh yeah, thank you. Cool to see where all the music you play comes from. Yeah, so he wants to know, what do you read, Gordy? Yeah. What do you read, comics or books? What influence you?
Well, I mean, I draw a lot too, and I think when I read books, a lot of the inspirations I get for drawings and stuff comes from books, because I kind of read a lot of stories online. I really like short stories.
Mm-hmm.
And then and you can find like so many short stories from all kinds of people online, just about anything. And so I think for drawings and stuff, I take inspiration from books. And there's some books I've read like Animal Farm. I think that was a really good book I read.
That's really good.
A couple years ago.
Didn't you read Lord of the Flies too?
Yeah, I read Lord of the Flies in class.
Yeah.
I read all kinds of things, but it's just very random. Like I don't read all books. Like I read some books, I read some stuff online, I read some like articles.
Do you have any of your artwork handy near you?
Yeah, well, behind me is one of something I made.
Okay, let's see if we could get larger. Oh, do you have any on the
Yeah.
floor near you or
Well, yeah, I
nearby?
have one
Oh,
nearby that
everything's
I can
hanging.
get.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's show them a piece. Impress the masses. My guy draws all the time. Look at that. Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was
Now, this
thinking.
is something I made a couple years ago, like
Hmm
1 year ago. And so I make my own stuff. And this is the first time I use ink. And I really like using ink since then.
Yeah,
Because I like how dark and how kind of like gritty it could look and how like
yeah,
rough it can look.
yeah. The
Yeah.
more lines you put, the darker it gets, and
Yeah.
yeah, that looks
And
great.
this was actually in the school art show.
Oh, cool. Keep doing your thing, my man. Yeah, you got it. I know that you like to do futuristic landscapes in your artwork. I see that a lot too.
Yeah, I like to draw a lot of cityscapes. Um, and I like to put a lot of crazy backgrounds in the skies and stuff because I
Yeah,
like making realistic drawings, but I like adding something to show like maybe it's not on Earth or like in another
yeah. You don't know
dimension.
where you are in your drawing. You could be in a realm, another realm.
Yeah.
That's true. Let's see what these guys are saying now. Wayne says, I'll wait for the art vocals on the song. I feel like art just like Donna Summer. I feel love. Well, okay. I don't know if I can hit that high note what Donna Summer does, though. I don't know. I'm going to try, though. I'm going to try to hit it. Let's see. Let's see what Danny says. What college are you going to? Yeah, man. Tell him what school, sir.
Well, there were a few I thought about in the past year, but I think right now I'm thinking about going to Eastern Illinois University.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really nice school, and I've been there before. I've been there once, and I thought it looked really nice, and they have a lot of like really good programs for what I want to do. And I kind of want a smaller school, and they're offering me a lot of good things, so I think I want to go there.
Yeah,
It's in
take
a
a
town. Yeah,
take a
we're gonna
minor
visit
in
it
music.
in a little.
Yeah, we're gonna visit. Yeah, and take a minor in music. You know, that'd be fun. See, Andrew Clark's is fantastic. Fantastic art. Get him in the All Yeah comics. Yeah, we will. He's
Yeah.
already has stories.
Yeah,
You have stories in All Yeah comics, don't you, Gordy?
Yeah, I've had a couple of stories and a few characters in the
Yeah.
Aya comics I made, like Galaction Cat. I made the
Mhm.
churro,
Yeah.
and Skokie that still is around Aya comics.
Yeah, I'm gonna show. You
And the
have a new
waffle.
character. Yeah, and the Wonder Waffles in the new book. Yeah, he's in here. I'm gonna show him to him. I'm gonna show the masses. And you also wrote the Day in the Life of Evil Cat. You ever wrote a series of stories?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember that. The Day in the Life of Evil Cat.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm gonna take your suit just so I
Oh
could
yeah,
show the bigger
forgot about
screen. But there's Wonder Waffle right there. There he is over here. Where is he? Right here. There's Wonder Waffle. That's your character right there. Those are your drawings. And then he flies away and he's dancing down here. And you created the churro and
Yeah, the
Bloopy.
churro goes with the and Bloopy.
Bloopy the alien's been in there.
Yeah. And I made in third grade I made like a whole comic book series for Bloopy.
Yeah.
I used to make a lot of comic books before a lot of the drawings. I would come up with all kinds of characters and staple some pieces of paper together and draw them up.
Mm-hmm. You did Pepe the Donkey.
Yeah, Pepe was the first one I came up with about this donkey that would go on crazy adventures.
Yeah. And every story ended with Pepe will do this again.
Yeah, Pepe knows he's gonna do this again.
Yeah, Pepe knows.
He will do this again.
we would say that in the house. Pepe knows. I'm like, yeah, he does. He knows he would do this again. Yeah. Johnny's here. Yoko Chips in the house. Wow, 100. Yeah, man, we're not messing around. And then Wayne says, Gordon going to old school using inks and yagams. You know what yagams mean, Gordy?
Yeah, you were a good man, sir.
That's right. You're a good man, sir. That's right.
Yagams for the audience.
Yagams for 100 episodes. Yeah.
A swig for 100 episodes.
Let's do a swig. Let's swig for all the people. Swig for 100. Make sure you have your swig with you because now is the time. Mm-hmm. This is really fun, Gordy. I'm going to play the rest of this song. Let's write it out.
This one is so crazy. I couldn't believe how epic this one sounded when I made it.
Oh yeah.
Like I was so excited to post the whole album. I wanted to do it like the week I was finished.
Yeah.
But I still wanted to wait because I didn't want people to just notice it right away. I wanted to like build up kind of anticipation.
Yeah.
And, like,
We released one song. Like every time I did a show, I played the video of one song at a time until the album was released. It was really cool. This is a good one. I like them all. I'm gonna put some volume up on it. Oh yeah. This is what it sounds like when we're driving around. Perfect. I love it, my guy. You do really good stuff, and I can't wait to hear. I can't wait to hear and listen to more of your music, and I'm looking forward to seeing where your adventure goes. You have so much stuff that you're doing besides riding a bike and watching Shark Tank. You're really good at music. You're really good at artwork. You're really good at science and looking at animals, feeding a dog, taking care of plants, all the things you do. And I'm real proud of all that. You're doing good, Gordy Steiner. Yeah. And
oh yeah. What episode will Audrey be on?
Oh yeah, he wants to know. We got to get Audrey on her too.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do the 101. I don't know. We'll see. She never wants to. She's been on the painting show a few times, just guest appearances. She came on there and danced with me for a few seconds. But this was really cool. I will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely perfect for episode 100.
Yeah, we got the first guest of 2021, and I know how to work this. We could do double screens, but anyone who comes next will be after you. You are first.
Yeah.
All right. But I want to thank everybody for joining us today. For joining us here today. My special guest, Gordon Baltazar, really good musician, artist, scientist, all the above. You have everything that will that supervillains want to, like Lex Luthor is all those things. Genius. You could be genius, but so are superheroes. Superman's just as smart as Lex Luthor, but he thinks differently. Artist, scientist, musician. Gordy, it was awesome. Thank you for making this show.
It was great to be on the show.
Yeah.
The grand famous cartoonist says and I have my electric milk
there it
shirt,
is. Electric milk. Represent. And I have Abe Sapien pin. Little Abe from Mike Mignola.
Hellboy.
Yeah, Hellboy. Yeah.
He'll represent.
Represent. We will do this again. And let's do a swig. Remember, what do we say, Gordy? No fighting? What is there? No fighting? What?
Crying.
No crying.
And be nice to each other.
That's right. And wake up and do the things that make you happy. And we will do this again. See you guys later. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.